Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of Podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment, the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and Soundcloud. Now I'll talk by topic day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Fridays. Catch updates about the podcast, or for other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice. Listed in the description below. I'm your host, GM, and overseer of Podcast of Five Rings, Obsidian. Joined by the wall that will not fall, Tetsuo.
Is everyone going?
He's Tetsuo. And the resident wildcard Mao. Meta is not with us tonight. He is not feeling well. So,
yo,
better be feeling better by Sunday, because by God, we're going through L5R, the FFG. We're gonna play test the beta. And we're not going to do the... I know people on the Facebook group have already been talking about the adventure mod in the back. We're not going to do the adventure mod in the back. We're going to do a actual built from the ground, from scratch adventure. So,
woo!
A one-shot, if you will.
A1?
Man, I could go for a steak right now so bad.
But then again, when is that not the case? When is that not true?
Exactly. See, Tets has been posting pictures on our Discord, or links to videos to the Barbecue Pit Boys, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels for food recipes.
Goodness.
That burger looks so good.
Which I don't even remember which one I linked, because I've been watching so many of their videos lately.
They use like 3 pounds of meat to make 2 burgers, and
Ski burger.
yes, that was it. That was it. That thing looks so good. Oh, man. If only we were a food podcast, right?
Alright.
This is where we pivot.
To Shokugeki no Soma, which Tetsuo will never watch or read.
Nope.
Which makes
I
me sad.
refuse to for the safety of my wallet.
Yep. My week has been work sucks and reading all of My Hero Academia since I'm caught up on, since the anime's done now until the 3rd season.
Did you read Vigilantes yet?
No, I haven't read Vigilantes yet.
Do it.
But My Hero Academia is so good. It could end up being my favorite shonen if it keeps going at the rate it's going.
I've been playing a lot of mobile games. I don't know. It's just
Been
what
playing
I've been doing.
that Fire Emblem.
Yep, lots of Fire Emblem. They also have a Yu-Gi-Oh! One that's like half of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because your decks are in half, your life points, and only half the field.
Mini Yu-Gi-Oh!
And they also came out with a Digimon game last week.
Man, I can't wait for that Magic thing to come out. I hope I get the beta.
Arenas? Well, I mean, you haven't gotten the first round, I guess, because they sent it out to people who did like Ixalan pre-releases.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it'll be a while if I even get into it. Because Magic on the Go sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, like full Magic will be real
exactly.
Because I tried duels and I didn't care for it.
It didn't work on any of my stuff, so I couldn't play it. But anyways. Alright, we're not talking about Magic tonight. We're going to talk about our normal game of choice, L5R, which is my topic. We weren't really going to talk about this, but a few days ago, I think on Tuesday, people started getting wind. Game stores were starting to show some of our emails that they got an email from FFG about the next few Dynasty Packs that were going to come out, and it got confirmed a few hours later on the FFG website.
Oh, this was yesterday. Then.
Was it yesterday? Okay.
Yep.
The week is just a melange all in my brain. We got the Imperial
Cycle.
Yep, the Imperial Cycle article, which gives us the names of the 6 first Dynasty Packs that are going to come out. A lot of people are guessing before the big box, but the big news is that they're all coming out in the span of 6 weeks. Starting
6 packs?
6 packs in 6 weeks. Across the span of November. I think initially, for Honor and Glory, the pack after Tears of Amaterasu, it kind of, like, the picture of it got leaked. Then a few hours later, the email went out. And then a few hours later, FFG had their official post up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, so we got Tears of Amaterasu for Honor and Glory, Into the Forbidden City, The Chrysanthemum Throne, Fate Has No Secrets, and Meditations on the Ephemeral. And
whatever could happen.
yeah, story-wise, Oh my god, ladybugs are starting to attack its autumn.
That's a weird story for them to pivot.
Yeah, no, the ladybug clan. Ah! No, 3 ladybugs literally just flew on my screen.
Oh.
And I haven't seen any yet this autumn. Get out of here, ladybugs. Okay, anyways, L5R. So yeah, the Imperial Cycle is kind of focusing on 2 kind of themes that they mentioned in the article. Obviously, everyone's getting I guess the name kind of gives us away. They're going to focus a lot on Imperial Clan, or Imperial aligned cards. So some neutral cards that have the Imperial keyword, or trait, as they call it in this game. And even some probably... They showed Kakiti Yoshi, who has the Imperial trait, and I'm betting we're going to get Kashiko in the set probably too. So that's one thing they're going to focus on, and every clan is going to get a new Seeker and Keeper card. We're not really going to go through them like we probably normally would. They're all pretty good. We'll probably actually talk about them when the sets come out, and we'll talk about all the cards at once. So you can look at them on the FFG page. The Crane ones and the Scorpion ones in particular, you look pretty powerful. But
there was that one that wasn't a Seeker or Keeper card for the Crane that was...
Yeah, Kakiti Yoshi is really good. He's really strong. Out goes Hotaru, in comes Kakiti Yoshi. Because he's a more control-y top that I want to play with if I'm going to play Crane. This might push me a little bit back more towards Crane because at my release weekend stuff, I played Phoenix all weekend and had a blast.
It does have the best 3 words from Magic.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Draw 3 cards. Yeah, draw 3 cards. Yeah, he is super good. All at the cost of discarding the Imperial Favor. And he also makes your events cheaper.
Yeah, so the news has been met with it has divided some people.
Oh yeah. If you've been on the FFG forums, or if you're in the L5R Facebook group, you've noticed that there's been a lot of back and forth going on about kind of how FFG's kind of putting this forth, the whole 6 packs in 6 weeks. People against it are arguing that you already have to pay $40 a core set, so that's $120. And then over the course of 6 weeks, you're going to have to invest another $90 into the game to have a full set. And as the people who are for it are arguing, the 3-core meta isn't like super diverse. This gives more cards in the format. It's just good for the game in general because we have more stuff to play with. There can be multiple stuff out of different clans. So more cards is good versus this. They're front loading this. Oh God, how can I pay for it all? So what do you guys kind of think about it? I'm interested to get your opinions. Like, what do you think? This is a good move from FFG or a little bit risky?
I'm on the later team, I guess, or the latter team. I like having the more options. That's always... I like to have more options with everything, basically. And
we talked about this with the beta.
Right. I definitely saw, people saying that, a new LCG can kind of get stale in the first little bit.
Yes.
So, yeah, front-loading it seems like a pretty good idea, especially... since it'll be releasing before the first big tournament.
I think we'll at least have a few packs before Worlds. I don't think they'll be legal necessarily then.
Oh no,
because I think someone was saying that the way FFG's cycle works is that if something is out 11 days before a tournament, then it's considered legal. So I think like the first pack will be legal, maybe the second one. I can't remember exactly what day Worlds is. I have no confirmation on it. Don't take anything I'm saying right now as the holy grail or as truth, but
well, it's nice that they showed the Seeker and Keeper cards before then.
Yeah,
help
sure.
Make people
exactly. So you're not just going into Worlds and going, "Oh no, I picked the awful card for my clan," or something like that. So yeah, that's a good idea. And like you were saying, touching on a little bit a second ago, Mal. I mean, this is the first real bit like FFG game I've really bought into, but apparently FFG has a history of being slow and having to delay like expansion packs and big boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe this is them trying to like do something different. I know that Kote season was announced, and we're already getting like tournaments in December, I believe, is the first big Kote. So
it's also...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's also, I've seen people say it's right before Christmas, so it could, like, lead to more people buying it.
Yep, that's a factor, too. What do you think, Jets?
I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on it, to be honest. Like, I understand both sides, but at the same time, like, you have to pay $90 to get the whole card set. Well, that's going to be the way it's going to be no matter what, as long as they're releasing more cards. But I get that it feels like an upfront cost more so than but at the same time, I mean, I don't know.
It really only affects people who want to go to tournaments.
Right, and beyond that, even if just because you don't have those particular cards doesn't mean you don't have a viable tournament strong deck either.
Well, I mean, that we don't know yet.
No, right, but it doesn't necessarily, like, people. I feel like people are kind of treating it like there's no way I can be competitive if I don't have all the cards at my disposal, which is true to a degree, but it isn't necessarily 100% gospel truth either.
Just get good.
Like, yeah, I mean, I hate to say it that way, but like, I mean, a little bit. There's an element of.
It all depends on how well their design is. I mean, if they accidentally put a broken card in one, or for each clan in one of the packs, then you've got to go and buy that one, sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
and if it's just the one, then you're not paying the whole $90. Like that's the other thing is you can find which one has those cards for you, and then pick up one or two as opposed to all of them.
That's exactly where I was going to go, because I mean that's what a lot of people are saying to the people who seem kind of down and out against it. It's like everyone's probably, if you have the one clan you kind of want to play, every pack's probably not going to have the best cards for it, so you can probably get by buying like half of them maybe if you're not super serious about traveling around being competitive. If you just want to play in your local store, then I mean you don't necessarily have to invest all this. You can honestly get by and have a decent deck with only buying 2 core sets, like if you just want to play locally.
Yeah, and let's be honest, that's probably what the majority of the player base is, people that are playing locally as opposed to people going to tournaments. And the people that are going to tournaments are going to find a way to make that work, where they're going to get the packs of cards. Like, that's really not going to be stopping them much.
You can always buy singles, too. Just because it's an LCG doesn't mean you can't get singles. People sell them.
Right.
So people like to have multiple tournament-level decks, and they want to keep buying more copies of each card. Like, I might buy some singles of all the Unicorn Splash, or I mean not the Unicorn, but the Scorpion Splash, because I guess I'm just splashing Scorpion in all my decks, because they're in my Crane deck and they're in my Phoenix deck, because they're good. But, so I mean, that's an option too. I kind of like that they're focusing on Seeker and Keeper too. I think it's just interesting, kind of like, I mean, what Mal said earlier, they put all these out ahead of us in time before these roles get chosen for organized play for the next so often.
Yeah.
It's
even
cool
if they weren't going to release all the packs, I think that was a good move regardless.
Yep. It's good that we get to see all the cards, the people in the tournaments can know what they're going to get, and they all seem really cool and interesting too. So, I mean, that's awesome. I like that they're doing more with that, because it's more of a meta choice for the players instead of just the Keeper Initiate and the Seeker Initiate, who are probably going to get phased out anyways after a few packs. Keeper's like the only one probably worth playing right now, in my opinion. Also, like, I hope there are a lot of Imperial neutral cards too. I'd like to see someone be able to eventually build like a more Imperial focused deck out of a certain clan. We were kind of talking about it in Discord a little bit, but maybe I want to play a Crane deck that has lots of Imperials and like Kakita Yoshi, and maybe they'll release like I'm sure they'll have at least one Imperial for every clan probably.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be fun to do a build around mostly neutral deck and try to figure out, which faction probably plays the best out of it. Maybe they put a Imperial Stronghold. One of the packs
they showed. They showed one neutral card that gets +1/+1 for each other Imperial card you control.
Yep, Sepun Ishikawa.
So I'm sure they're going to try and make it so an Imperial deck emerges.
Who is thirsty for Kaede? If you write his flavor text, you are not worthy of her, Tottori-sama.
But yeah, they're calling this like a special event, which I mean, I guess. This could be like a one-time thing.
A lot of people think it's going to be a one-time thing, and they'll go back to
basically
normal.
just to front load the start of the game because it can get stale or whatnot. I saw one person say that they play Game of Thrones, and after 2 years they just feel like the card pool is starting to get to a good size.
Yep. And I mean, it makes sense, honestly, from a business perspective, because I think FFG has said this has been the biggest launch they've had of a game.
Yeah, that's that was in the leaked email.
Yeah,
I don't remember if
it's done the best. So I mean, why not ride the coattails of that momentum and put out more product while it's hot? I mean, that makes sense to me. I'm not like an economist, or I'm not a business major or anything like that, but seems like a good idea to me. I mean, I'm going to buy them all, but I'm already pretty heavily invested in the game anyways. I enjoy playing it, so, I mean, more cards is good for me, man. And
I guess we will see.
Yep, and I'm looking forward to... I'm hoping there will be a stream up. I'm sure there will. Of the, a stream up of the World Championships here in a month or so. I just really want to see the cards and see how they're going to work in the decks, to see how it's going to if it's going to affect the meta at all, and what's going to be legal and stuff. I just kind of want the cards in my hand now that I know that we're going to get all these sets. And yes, if you've never played LCG before, you only have to buy one of each. You don't have to buy 3 of each like you did the core set. So
yeah, it's like what, 15-ish cards?
Yeah,
but 3 of each.
$15 retail. It's like, I think it's like 20 cards.
Oh, okay.
20 different cards, and you get 3 of each, something like that. I think the packs are 60 cards total. So.
Okay.
So it looks super sweet. I'm excited. Everyone in my local play group seems to be pretty excited about it. That we're going to have more cards to play with. Everyone's pretty much ready to move on. I was talking about this before we started recording. Everyone's kind of ready to move on past single core. Everyone pretty much agrees single core is kind of balls. It pretty much sucks, but it's probably the best way to like teach new people how to play the game. Just because, especially when they're trying to learn deck building, there's not as much going on. It's more about what clan you splash.
Even Magic has like beginner 30 card packs.
Yeah, so yeah, it's the best way to learn. But after you get a few games in, you really want to kind of dive into the deck building. 3 core is where it's at, and that's pretty much what my group's going to be doing from here on out. So I'm excited. More cards.
Oh yeah, because you've been hitting up the release events.
Yep, I've been hitting up the release events. I got 3 of my full bleeds. I want to play set of Sukunes or Hotarus or Totaris.
Well, you're gonna replace Hataru, so.
Yeah, I know, but you still want to play set over. You gotta swing your promos around, Mel. You play Magic, you know this. You gotta swing your. Nah, you don't. You just sell those. You're like invocations that you draw. You don't keep them and swing them around. You get rid of them so you can play more Magic.